Hello students, I am Raghavan Kumar Singh, faculty of US Academy and Institute. Today we will discuss class 7th Social Science Civics first chapter on equality. As we know, India is a democratic country and we have understood most of the things related to on equality in the previous classes, such as the key elements of democratic government. These include people's participation, the resolution of conflict, and equality and justice. Equality is the key feature of democracy and influence all aspects. As we know, the equality is a condition in which adequate opportunities are given to all. It is the soul of Indian democracy. Equality is not just like the opportunities only. It also have right to vote, means to elect a particular person as a leader or a particular representative for the country. Equal right to vote in a democratic country like India. Adults, irrespective of their religion, caste, education, status, or place of birth, are given the right to vote and under universal adult franchise. Does equality exist? In reality, a difference between rich and poor exists. The caste system is also rigid. Dalit in India and minorities are denied the right to dignity and equality. The Indian Constitution recognizes every person as equal. However, it does not mean that inequality does not exist in India. Universal adult franchise gives political equality, not social and economical equality. Dignity is the thinking or state of being worthy of esteem or respect. The dignity of an individual is violated on the basis of their caste, religion, or gender. The government has tried to implement equality first through laws and second through government programs or schemes to help disadvantaged communities. Everyone is equal before the law. There is no discrimination on the basis of color, caste, religion, race, gender. Everyone has access to all public places, and untouchability has been abolished. Programs like the midday meal scheme have been launched to improve the attendance and enrollment ratio of children in school. Issue of equality in other democracies, just like in USA. Also, the civil rights movement, the 1960s restored the dignity of African and Indian based on color. Equality is the soul of Indian democracy. It influences all aspects of its functioning. In a democratic country, just like India, all adults, irrespective of what religion they belong to, how much education they have had, what caste they are whether they are rich or poor, are given the right to vote, which is called universal adult franchise. Universal adult franchise gives political equality to the peoples, but it does not ensure social and economic equality. Here, Kanta Devi is a domestic worker. She has gone to vote. She is standing in the queue, means line, and is waiting for her turn like others. She is happy that she is equal to all of the others. Because of each of them lies one vote. It gives her a good feeling that even wealthy and influencing persons are standing in the queue. But the word beyond it is something else. In the word, there is no equality. When Kanta has to face the bitter reality of this word, she becomes sure that she is prey to social and economical inequality. She cannot compare herself with the members of her Sahab family, where she works as domestic help. The only guarantee of voting right to all adult persons is not the solution of all the problems. There are many peoples like Kanta in our country who have the right to vote but whose daily living and working conditions are far from equality. There are several kinds of inequalities that exist in our country. Just take the example of the caste system, which has been in existence in India for centuries. This deeply rooted evil has created division among peoples. The lower caste peoples and Dalits are the exploited lot. They have only been discriminated against. Dalit means broken. Dalit belongs to the unprivileged class. Om Prakash Balmiki is a famous Dalit writer who writes about the bitter experience for being a Dalit. In his autobiography, Jonathan, his headmaster, tortured him greatly. He made him sweep the school and the ground while other children in his class were studying. He was sweeping. This was very much insulting for him. The Ansaris were also exploited people. They were not given a flat by the landlady simply because they belonged to their other religion. Both Om Prakash Balmiki and the Ansaris are badly treated. Their dignity is hurt. The Indian Constitution recognizes every person as equal, while earlier no law existed to protect peoples from discrimination. Now, there are several that work to see that peoples are treated with dignity and as equal. Every person is equal before the law. What this means? That every person from the president of the country to a domestic help like Kanta has to obey the same law. No person can be discriminated against the basis of their religion, race, class, place of birth. Thus, there are several laws in India that protect every person right to be treated equally. In addition to law, the government has also set up several schemes to improve the lives of community and individuals who have been treated unequally for several centuries. The midday meal scheme is one of the various steps of the government in this direction. Under the midday meal, all government elementary schools provide children with cooked food. This scheme has helped increase the enrollment and attention of poor children in school. In spite of all these efforts to increase equality of opportunity, there continues to be big differences in our country between school that the rich attend and those that the poor attend. India is not the only country where there is inequality. There are many democratic countries around the world where the issue of equality continues to be the key issue around which communities struggle. In the United States of America, the African American was seriously discriminated against. They were considered to be social inferior. In the late 1950s, there took place a movement known as Civil Rights Movement for equal rights for African American. Rosa Parks becomes the leader of this movement. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 prohibited discrimination on the basis of race, religion, or nation origin. The struggle of the recognition of all persons as equal and for their dignity should be maintained so that we may be hopeful for a society of equality. Now, some important headings were there. Number one, the universal adult franchise, which means that all Dalit, all peoples, all citizens, all adult peoples or the citizens have the right to vote, irrespective of their social or economical background. Here, adult means those peoples who are 18-year-old or above. Now, the dignity. Dignity thinking of oneself and other persons as worthy of respect. Now, Constitution, a document that lays down the basic rules and regulation for peoples and the government in the country to follow. Civil rights movement, the movement which took place in USA in 1950s, in which the African American demanded equal rights and ended to racial discrimination, whereas the other opportunities which was given by the peoples or the government in this chapter are on the basis of the terms related to the Constitution. First, by their laws. Second, through their government programs or schemes. One of the steps taken by the government, including the midday meal. For example, the United States of America, the African American whose ancestors means parents were slaves who were brought over from Africa, continues to describe their life today as largely unequal. They are treated extremely unequally in the US and denied equality through the laws. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 prohibited discrimination on the basis of race, religion, or national origin. It also stated that all schools would be open for African American children and that they would no longer have to attend separate schools specially set up for them.